The name is so important that it also affects the duty payable. A very common example is palm wine. Wine is a luxury product. Juice is not a luxury product. It's like a necessity, Good day, my name is Dele Ayimibanya. Welcome to another edition of Sharing Trade on DBA TV. If you are joining us for the first time, thank you very much for stopping by on this channel. All we talk about is mainly international trade. And in today's video, I'll continue the conversation we started recently on what you don't know about export contract. It's very important you have a good contract in place that cover most of the things you would like to ensure that is covered as far as the transaction is concerned. So in the last episode, I've talked about the preamble, I've talked about the purpose, I've talked about the parties involved. In this video, I'll be talking about the product, and I will talk about it in 3 parts. So this will be part 1 of product. But in this part, my focus will be on the product name. The product name. The name you call your product is very, very important. The name you call the product. The name that people can relate with, the name that people know, the name that people understand as far as that transaction is concerned. The name. So you are describing it in a way that people in the export market can relate with. For example, sesame seed is called Benny seed in Nigeria, but in international trade it is called sesame seed. Sesame seed. So I need to call it a name that the people in the export market understand and can relate with. The product name. And this product name also involves description, not specification. I'll come to specification later. Not specification, just describing the product, describing the type of the product. So if I'm doing shea butter, for example, yellow ivory shea butter, or raw shea butter, or crude shea butter. If I'm doing cashew nut, raw cashew nut, or cashew kernel. Cashew kernel. If I remove the shell, it's called cashew kernel, or raw cashew nut if it's still in the primary form and the shell is yet to be removed. So whatever product you are shipping, you need to describe it. If it's tile, ceramic tiles, floor tiles, clay tiles, describing the product in a way that the people can relate to it. Another interesting thing about name, when you put it on your contract also, is the name is so important that it also affects the duty payable. A very common example is palm wine. Wine is a luxury product. Juice is not a luxury product. It's like a necessity, a food that people should take, a regular meal. So when I'm exporting, if I'm exporting palm wine, the question I often ask people is it palm wine or palm juice? Anyway, that's subject to debate. If I call it palm wine, I'm going to pay more duty. If I call it palm juice, I'm going to pay less duty because of my product description. Product description. So I'm basically trying to paint a picture that the way you describe the product on the contract, on the invoice is so important. So ensure you are describing the product in a way that everybody can relate to it. Now, if the product have a name, local name in your country, see, is there a way you can describe it for the export market to know? Is there an equivalent currently in the export market that you can copy? The people currently selling similar product, how do they describe it? For example, kuli kuli. Some people will call kuli kuli granite cake. Some people will call it granite cookies. Some will call it different names. Now, you can still put your kuli because you might have people that want to know it as kuli, but you must also put description that people above can relate to. Because when you say groundnut cake, they know, okay, it's made from groundnut. It's a cake made from groundnut, or cookies made from groundnut, whichever we want to call it. But the easiest way for me is the people currently selling, because if they're already selling it and people are buying it, there is a way they're buying it. That should describe the way you should call it. That should describe the way you should call it to make it easier for people to understand. So both on the product, but now I'm focusing now on how you should describe it on the contract, because what you describe it as contract is what is expected in the product that will be delivered, and on the invoice also that will be used for the shipment. My name is Dele Ayimibo, and I'm your expert doctor. If this video has been of immense benefit to you, give it a thumbs up. If you have a friend that needs to hear about this, share with your friends. If you have allies, if you want to know when we upload a new video, click on notification bell. If you want to join our community, feel free to subscribe to the channel. My name is Dele Ayimibo, and I'm your expert doctor, and I'm signing out.